We turn now to national security correspondent David Martin. David, always great to have you here. This is, on the calendar at least, supposed to be a key week driving towards May 9th, a holiday in Russia that Vladimir Putin apparently puts a lot of weight on. What wins will his military actually be able to deliver to him?
Well, I don't think they're going to get all of the Donbas, which is what he has said he wants, by May 9th. On Saturday, Russian forces made no advances on any fronts. Earlier in the week, their progress was being described as plodding, slow, uneven, incremental, pick your word. But it was progress. And if you look at a map of Ukraine before the war started and the front lines today, Russia has seized a lot of territory in southern and eastern Ukraine. Now, he still has a ways to go in order to get all of the Donbas, and he's extremely unlikely to get that by May 9th. But if the Russians keep up with these steamroller tactics of using artillery just to level everything in front of them and then advancing a few kilometers and doing it all over again, the fact that the Russians aren't able to produce a victory for Putin by May 9th is going to be small consolation for the people in the path of that steamroller.
Oh, and we know U.S. diplomats this week were sharing information about the strategy diplomatically or politically to go along with the battlefield of breaking off some of these pieces of territory, holding what the U.S. called sham elections, actually physically moving people out of areas that they decided were key. What do we know about where the focus is? I know we hear a lot about the east, but is it that Kherson area? Is it Odessa? Where should we be focusing the most?
In the east. I think, and the Pentagon thinks, that the strikes on Odessa are just a diversionary tactic. Nobody believes that Russia has the troops to go and take Odessa. And I think the Russians would be very leery of putting ships in closer to make an amphibious assault on Odessa, simply because that's how they lost their flagship, the Moskva, when it was hit by a Ukrainian anti-ship missile.
We've seen a lot of images of the weapons going into Ukraine, not just from the U.S. now, from the UK, from Poland. They have a lot of equipment going in, and they have some U.S. intelligence as well. This looks more and more like the West is becoming party to this conflict in some way.
They have a lot of U.S. intelligence. The U.S. is basically giving the Ukrainians everything they have on Ukrainian troop movements, Russian troop movements, Russian battle plans. So the Ukrainians have a very good picture of what the Russians are up to. You know, at the end of big battles, you usually read a history in which intelligence turned out to be decisive in that battle. I don't think you can say that yet, but you can certainly say that the Ukrainians are going to have an intelligence advantage. The issue is going to be whether that intelligence gets down to the units that need to act on the intelligence.
David Martin, great insights and reporting. Thank you.
Sure thing.